Hamas agreed yesterday, October 3rd, to release all Israeli hostages dead or alive, in accordance with the terms of U.S. President Donald Trump's proposal for Gaza, and expressed its readiness to immediately begin negotiations through mediators to discuss the details of the agreement. The movement issued a statement on this. Hamas has accepted several key elements of the Trump plan, including ending the war, Israel's withdrawal, the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners, providing aid and reconstruction, and opposing the expulsion of Palestinians from the territory. However, there were differences between the Hamas statement and the Trump plan on the future governance of Gaza and the role Hamas itself would play in this process. Hamas has expressed its willingness to hold further negotiations on this issue. The differences between the Hamas statement and the Trump plan can be summarized as follows. What does Hamas say it agrees with about the Trump plan? The release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners. Hamas said it would release Israeli hostages in Gaza, dead or alive, in accordance with the exchange formula outlined in President Trump's proposal, subject to the necessary practical conditions being met. It was not clear what was meant by necessary practical conditions. The group said it was ready to immediately negotiate through mediators to discuss the details. Under Trump's plan, Hamas would return all hostages within 72 hours of Israel's public acceptance of the deal. Israel would then release 250 Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences, as well as 1,700 Gazans, including all women and children, who were arrested after October 7, 2023. For every body of an Israeli hostage returned, Israel would return the bodies of 15 Gazans who had died. Ceasefire, end of the war, and Israeli withdrawal. Hamas has embraced the concept of ending the war and Israel's complete withdrawal from the enclave. The statement did not say whether the withdrawal would be phased or not, but rejected the Israeli occupation. Where are the differences between Hamas and the Trump plan? Foreign participation in the administration of Gaza. According to the Trump plan, Gaza will be administered by a committee of technocrats and non-political Palestinians during an interim transition period. But it does not mention specific individuals or groups that will participate in this process. The plan envisages that this committee will be overseen by a new international transitional authority, headed by Donald Trump and including former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. Hamas, however, has said it is willing to hand over the administration of Gaza to an independent, technocratic, Palestinian authority based on Palestinian national consensus, with Arab and Islamic support. Hamas has previously proposed handing over the administration to another Palestinian authority. At the same time, Hamas has not commented on the plan to deploy an interim international stabilization force in Gaza that the U.S. wants to establish in cooperation with Arab states. Hamas' future role. The Trump plan states that Hamas must agree to not participate in any way, directly, indirectly, or otherwise, in the governance of Gaza. The plan also calls for a process of demilitarizing Gaza. Hamas, in turn, said in a statement that it considers the movement part of the broader Palestinian national fabric. It has not commented on demilitarization and has previously rejected such calls. This issue is a matter of national standing and must be discussed in accordance with relevant international laws and resolutions. Hamas will participate in it and contribute with full responsibility. The Hamas statement said, Hamas also did not comment on the Trump plan's proposal to grant amnesty and safe passage to other countries if its members surrender their weapons.